There's a type of man who walks through life untouched by chaos. While others panic, he remains calm. While others beg for approval, he commands respect without asking. While others crumble under pressure, he thrives in it. You've seen him. Maybe in a meeting where everyone's arguing and he speaks once, just once, and the room goes silent. Maybe it's your boss, your mentor, or that friend who somehow always lands on his feet no matter what life throws at him. What separates him from the rest? It's not luck. It's not genetics. It's not money or connections. It's something deeper. It's the mastery of 5 fundamental laws that most men never discover. Today, I'm going to reveal these 5 laws of unshakable power. And I'm warning you right now, once you understand these, you can't unknow them. Your life will never be the same. 1. The law of emotional sovereignty. The first law is simple but brutal. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Most men are emotional slaves. Someone insults them, they react. Someone rejects them, they spiral. The stock market drops, they panic. They're like puppets, and the world holds all the strings. But the man with unshakable power, he severed the strings. Here's what this looks like in real life. Imagine you're in a heated argument. Your partner is yelling. Your instinct is to yell back, to defend yourself, to fight fire with fire. But what if you just stopped? What if you took a breath, looked them in the eye, and spoke in a calm, measured tone? The power shift is immediate because the person who controls their emotions controls the frame. The person who can remain calm in chaos becomes the authority figure in that moment. This is not about suppressing your emotions. That's weakness disguised as strength. This is about observing your emotions like a scientist observing data. Interesting. I'm feeling anger right now. I'm feeling disrespected. Let me note that and decide how to proceed. Your emotions become your advisors, not your commanders. Start practicing this today. The next time someone tries to provoke you, whether it's a troll online, a difficult coworker, or even someone you love, pause. Take 3 seconds. Then respond deliberately, not reactively. Those 3 seconds are where your power lives. #2. The law of strategic invisibility. The second law. The less you reveal, the more power you have. In the age of social media, everyone is broadcasting everything. They post their breakfast. They share their feelings. They announce their goals. They document their entire existence for validation from strangers. This is voluntary weakness. Here's why. When you broadcast everything, you give the world ammunition. You show your cards. You reveal your weaknesses, your fears, your next move, and the world will use that against you. The powerful man moves in silence. He works in the dark. He builds his empire while others are busy posting about the empire they're going to build someday. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a truly powerful person oversharing on social media? CEOs don't tweet their business strategies. Military generals don't post their battle plan. Billionaires don't broadcast their investment moves. Why? Because they understand that information is power, and to give away information is to give away power. This applies to everything. Stop announcing your goals. Just achieve them. Stop explaining yourself to people who don't matter. Just act. Stop posting your pain. Just heal. Stop broadcasting your wins. Just keep winning. Silence creates mystery. Mystery creates intrigue. And intrigue creates power. When you're quiet, people start to wonder about you. They project their own thoughts onto you. They start to respect you because they don't fully understand you. And what we don't understand, we often fear. Become an enigma. Let your results speak for you. 3. The law of brutal honesty. The third law is where most men fail. You must tell the truth, especially when it hurts. Society has trained you to be nice, to soften your words, to manage other people's emotions, to lie to make things comfortable. But comfort is the enemy of growth, and lies are the enemy of respect. The man with unshakable power speaks the truth, not to be cruel, not to hurt people, but because he values reality over fantasy. And he values respect over being liked. Here's what this looks like. Your friend asks you about their business idea. It's terrible. You know it's terrible. The nice guy says, "Yeah, man, sounds great. Go for it." Because he doesn't want to be the bad guy. The powerful man says, "I don't think that's going to work. Here's why." And he lays out the reality, even though it's uncomfortable. Which friend is actually the friend? The one who protects your feelings or the one who protects your future? This law applies to yourself too. You must be brutally honest with yourself. You're not where you want to be because of your choices, not because of your circumstances. You're out of shape because you eat too much and move too little. You're broke because you spend more than you earn. You're lonely because you haven't developed yourself into someone worth knowing. Stop lying to yourself. Stop making excuses. Stop blaming the world. The truth is a weapon. Use it on yourself first, then use it on the world. Yes, people will be uncomfortable. Yes, people will call you harsh or cold or mean. Let them. You're not here to be everyone's therapist. You're here to be a force of nature. 4. The law of calculated risk. The fourth law: safety is the slowest form of death. Most men are terrified of risk. They stay in jobs they hate because it's safe. They stay in relationships that drain them because it's comfortable. They never start the business, never make the move, never take the shot, because what if they fail? Here's the truth: you're going to die anyway. The question is whether you die having lived or die having merely existed. The man with unshakable power understands that risk is not reckless gambling. It's calculated exposure to uncertainty in pursuit of a greater outcome. Every major win in your life will require you to step into the unknown. Getting in shape requires risking discomfort. Building wealth requires risking capital. Finding love requires risking rejection. Creating anything meaningful requires risking failure. But here's the secret: the risk of action is always less than the risk of inaction, because inaction guarantees failure. At least with action, you have a chance. Think about the last 5 years of your life. What opportunities did you miss because you were afraid? What doors did you not walk through? What versions of yourself did you not become because you chose safety? Now think about the next 5 years. Are you going to make the same mistake? Start small if you need to. Take micro risks. Have the uncomfortable conversation. Apply for the position you think you're not qualified for. Post the content you're afraid people will judge. Ask out the person who intimidates you. Each small risk you take rewires your brain. You start to realize that the fear was worse than the reality. You start to realize that you're more capable than you thought. And over time, those small risks compound into a completely different life. The graveyard is full of potential, full of books that were never written, businesses that were never started, dreams that were never chased. Don't add your name to that list. 5. The law of earned solitude. The fifth and final law: you must become complete alone before you can be powerful with others. Most men are terrified of being alone. They need constant validation, constant company, constant noise to drown out their thoughts. They jump from relationship to relationship, from friend group to friend group, from distraction to distraction, because they can't face themselves. This is weakness wearing a social mask. The man with unshakable power has made peace with solitude. In fact, he craves it because he knows that solitude is where clarity lives, where strength recharges, where the best ideas emerge. Think about every great figure in history. They all had periods of isolation. Buddha under the Bodhi tree, Jesus in the desert, Muhammad in the cave, Newton during the plague. They withdrew from the noise of the world to connect with something deeper. You need to do the same. Not forever, not as a permanent hermit, but regularly. You need time alone to think, to plan, to build, to become. When you're comfortable being alone, you become immune to manipulation. Social pressure doesn't work on you anymore. The threat of being excluded doesn't scare you. You can speak truth because you're not afraid of losing friends. You can take risks because you're not afraid of looking foolish. You become the sun. You have your own gravity. Others can orbit you, but you don't depend on them to shine. This is the ultimate freedom. So there they are, the 5 laws of unshakable power. 1. Master your emotional responses. 2. Move in strategic silence. 3. Tell the brutal truth. 4. Take calculated risks. 5. Become complete in solitude. These aren't just concepts. These are practices. This is a way of life. And it's not easy. Most men will watch this video, nod their heads, and change nothing. But you're different. I can tell because you're still here. The question is, what are you going to do with this information? Are you going to let it fade into the background noise of your mind? Or are you going to take one law, just one, and implement it starting today? The choice is yours. But know this: the world doesn't need more comfortable men. It needs dangerous men. Men who are powerful enough to face chaos and bring order to it. Be that man. If this resonated with you, subscribe. And if you want to go deeper into the psychology of power, hit that join button. There's a level of knowledge I can't share publicly, but for those who are ready, the door is open.